Ali and the Golden Eagle by Wayne Grover. Chapter 8. The Eagle's Nest. It's a new day! Wake up! Ali was excited, bright-eyed, and ready to begin our search for a baby eagle. I looked at my watch. It was 6:30. I felt stiff from the hard ground, and my hips were sore from sleeping with them pressed against the rocky soil. But the dawn was so beautiful, I had to smile as I did a big stretch. Ali was saying his morning prayers, and I saw how intense he was. He believed in God without reservation, and it colored his every word and action. When Saudi Arabians gave their word, it was better than all the written contracts in the world. They prayed as a nation, and they were their brother's keepers. I was learning much from these desert people. We had a simple breakfast of pita bread, canned corned beef hash, and canned fruit cocktail. As we put the camping gear in the rover, I set up the winch, checked it again, and prepared my harness. I had a strong canvas bag with several holes cut in it for air. If all went well, I would return with a baby eagle in it. Ali, this is a walkie-talkie. I want you to watch closely while I show you how to work it. I showed him how to push the transmit button, talk, and then release to listen. I walked several hundred yards across the desert and stopped. Ali, can you hear me? I spoke into the mic. After a moment's pause, Ali's voice came over my radio. It is like magic, Mr. Wayne. You are in this little box. Just my voice is in the box, Ali. So is yours in my box. With the test complete, I went back to the hoist and Ali. We went over the commands twice more, but I could see that my young friend was way ahead of me. Okay, it's time for me to go down the cliff face. I snapped on my harness, clicked the snap locks onto the rope, and adjusted the straps to fit comfortably. I made sure the rope was threaded through the pulley, then cranked the winch tension until the rope was tight from my harness to the crank. Ali took his place at the winch while I eased over the side, using the rope to hold myself. Okay, Ali, start me down. When I want to talk to you, I will use the walkie-talkie. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack. The gears meshed, and I started down the wall. It was 7:20 in the morning, a time when the eagle chicks would be hungry from a night without food. I was banking that both the mother and the father eagles would be away hunting when I reached the nest. Down, down I went, using my feet to bounce off the wall. Several times I made radio checks with Ali, and he answered. Below me, on a rocky outcrop, I could see a large area whitened by years of falling eagle guano. I began to get excited as I dropped nearer the ledge where the white began. Stop, Ali! The rope stopped. I was about 20 feet above the ledge. I looked and listened for signs of the eagles. Just as I was watching, an adult eagle flew out into the cool morning air. I remained motionless, hoping it would not see me. It dropped like a dive bomber with its wings tucked, hurtling toward the valley floor several thousand feet below. Then another eagle flew out and stayed high as it proceeded farther out into the canyon before diving for the bottom. Phew, that was close, I said to myself. A moment sooner, and I would have been at their doorstep, face to beak, with the two large eagles. I keyed the radio mic and softly said, Okay, Ali, let me down slowly and be ready to stop in just a moment. As you wish, replied Ali. The rope started down again. I used my hands and feet to work my way toward the ledge from which I had seen the eagles fly. My position was about 15 feet too far from the ledge, so I would have to swing over to it once I was at its level. Stop! The rope stopped. I grasped a cleft in the rock and held fast. To get across to the rock ledge, I would have to swing like a clock pendulum, grab the ledge, get onto it, and secure myself before I looked for the eagle chicks. Ali, keep the winch locked until I tell you to give me some more rope. Then give me 2 turns and lock it again. As you wish, Mr. Wayne. I was amazed at his calm and confident response. I took a deep breath, let go, and pushed myself off to the right. I swung out a few feet and then came right back. I pushed harder and swung even farther. Twice more I kept up the momentum. At the end of the arc, I saw a narrow ledge, about 10 inches wide, sticking out from the vertical wall. I reached out for it and grabbed. My fingers slipped off, and I swung back to the other end. Down, I radioed to Ali. I dropped about a foot as I swung back toward the ledge. Stop! Again, I reached for the ledge, and this time I held on. I placed my right leg over the ledge. For a moment, I thought I was going to make it, but I slipped off and dropped in a falling arc. Up, I radioed. The rope went up. Stop! The rope stopped. I made one more big swing and reached out for the ledge, this time from above. Success! I grabbed an indentation in the stone and held fast. I reached my feet down and cautiously stood on the ledge. I was face to face with the canyon wall, my nose pressed against the stone. Ali, let me down just a little, but don't stop until I say so. Okay. I smiled as I heard him use the American expression, okay. The rope eased, and as my eyes passed over the upper edge of the crevice, I saw that the recess went back about 7 feet. Stop! The rope stopped. I leaned into the cave entrance and started to crawl in. There, before my eyes, was a large eagle nest made from sticks and leaves. It was padded with feathers and smelled awful. Backed against the rocky cave wall, it was at least 6 feet across, from edge to edge. I slowly crawled over to the nest. As I peered into it, a sudden shrill shriek and explosive movement made me jump back. There were 2 chicks in the nest, one larger than the other. The larger one had opened its sharply pointed beak and hissed at me. I was amazed at how big the chick was, bigger than some of the full-grown falcons I had seen in Ali's village. I crawled back again. The baby eagles watched me with small, bright eyes. I reached into my pocket and pulled out leather gloves and put them on. I opened the canvas bag and kept my eyes on the eagles, trying to figure out how to get one into the bag. I decided to try for the smaller of the 2, but I would have to get by the big guy first. Ali, I'm at the eagle's nest. I'm going to try to catch one. When I say up, wind as fast as you can. Okay, I will be ready. I zipped up my jacket all the way, turned the collar up, and moved to the side where the smaller bird was. I could see piles of stringy bones littering the nest bottom. No wonder it smelled so bad. "Okay, little bird, let's go for a ride." I held the bag wide open and made a quick motion to slip it over the eagle chick. He was twice as fast as I was and jumped across the nest to stand on the edge. The larger chick hissed at me and kept reaching out with its beak, clicking in the air. Well, that won't work. Let's see what will. I was talking to both myself and the chicks. Keeping my eye on the big chick, I crawled into the nest and reached for the smaller bird's legs. As I did, it slashed fiercely at my gloved hand. The larger chick was flapping its wings, stirring up feathers and dust, while it attacked my left shoulder. I caught the chick's leg, but it fought strongly, trying to get away. Then I got its other leg. I pulled it toward me across the rough nest bottom. It flapped its wings and hissed angrily. It was bedlam. I struggled with the bird, trying to get its wings folded so I could shove it in the bag. Finally, I was able to lift the bird up and push it head first into the bag. The moment I closed the drawstring, it quieted down. The other chick was standing with its wings open like a flag ornament, hissing with its black, pointed tongue out. I quickly backed up to the cave opening. I turned around so I could see out and prepared to let myself back onto the rope's support. I cradled the eagle closely and tied a short rope around the neck of the bag. Then I slung it over my shoulder like Santa with a bag of toys. I needed my hands free to get back up, and I did not want to crush the bird between my body and the cliff wall. "Okay, Ali, I have the eagle and I am leaving the cave. Keep the rope locked until I swing out." "Do you really have the bird? Allah be praised." I heard it before I saw it. One of the adult eagles was folding its wings in flight to slow down for a landing. I turned and saw it. Less than 10 feet from me. It was a sight so beautiful, I almost forgot the danger it posed. I had to act now. I jumped out into space. "Up, Ali! Up! Fast as you can!" I called. The rope started upward. I knew little Ali would have to use all his strength to get my 200 pounds, plus the eagle, up to the rim. The parent eagle whistled as it wheeled in flight. From within my bag, the baby whistled back. "Uh-oh," I said out loud. "Mama knows I have her baby." I was moving up the wall at a steady pace while the big eagle kept flying at me, trying to see where the chick was. Foot by foot, I went up. 500 feet. 400 feet. We were making progress. Then the eagle must have heard her other chick calling, and she flew to her nest below. Finally, I was within sight of the rim. "Ali, I'm just below, so wind slowly and stop me just at the rim so I can hand you the bag with the chick." When my face appeared over the rim, Ali stopped and locked the gear. I pulled the bag from my shoulder and handed it to me. When he held it safely, I crawled over the top and sat down. I was nearly exhausted, but we had what we had come for. The chick struggled in the bag, but Ali spoke to it softly. "Little eagle, you and I will become the best of friends. I will take good care of you and feed you well." Ali looked at me and laughed happily. "Oh, Mr. Wayne, today is the best day of my whole life." Watching Ali sitting there holding the bag with the baby eagle in it and listening to his fervent words, I knew it had all been worth it. This has been one of the best days of my life too, Ali. After packing the climbing gear in the rover, I carefully placed the eagle in its sack on some folded sleeping bags to keep it comfortable and safe until we could get it to the village. We drove around the rim and stopped directly above the village. Okay, let's get this big bird to its new home, I said as I opened the door of the rover. My father and my brothers will be very surprised when they see what I have in the bag. This will show my oldest brother Fouad. He always picks on me when our father is away. His mother is senior to mine, so he treats me as if I were his personal slave. I knew a long climb down the rocks would endanger the eagle, so I quickly set up the frame and winch and attached all the rope I had. If I figured it right, it would reach the bottom with a little to spare. Ali, I'm going to lower you and the eagle down the rope so we can be sure we don't hurt it. Okay, Mr. Wayne. I was starting to buckle Ali into his harness when I realized he had spoken to me in English. He saw my look of surprise and laughed with pleasure. Within minutes, I had Ali and his eagle halfway to the canyon floor. I looked to check the remaining rope and knew we would make it all the way. In 15 minutes, his feet were on the ground, and I started down. When I reached the bottom, Ali was waiting for me. Let us hurry. I can't wait to see the eagle. I have been telling it all about my father in the village and what a wonderful life it will have living with us in this valley. Also, I can't wait to see the look on Fouad's face when I open the bag. Okay, Ali, it's been a long day. We will hurry. I can't wait to see your father's face when you bring him your big surprise.